Hello, welcome to episode 8 of the Beyond Languages Reach podcast. My name is Gaines Post, and on this podcast, every episode so far, I have been reading a piece of prose that I have written, whether it be a poem or an old journal entry or a bit of fiction or just something on my mind at the time. And then immediately afterward, improvising a piece of music inspired by the feeling that writing gave me. This podcast is my attempt to combine my two main interests, which are writing and music. So that's what I've been doing so far. This episode, I'm going to do something a bit different. Two things different, actually. First of all, and mainly, rather than read a piece of my own writing, this time I'm going to read a bit of writing from someone else. And that someone is Franky Dyson. Now, I met Franky through a really cool community of writers on the platform Substack. She is a poet, a children's books author, she writes a lot of different stuff, a lot of different styles of writing, based out of New Zealand. And she has been extremely supportive, and as have so many people on Substack. It's been great. I encourage you to check out her writing. You can get there by going to substack.com/@ Franky Dyson, and that's the @ symbol, and then Franky Dyson is spelled FrankydYson. I'll put it in the comments as well, but if you're only tuning in through audio, that spelling out was for you. Anyway, you should subscribe to her Substack. It's she's a wordsmith, and I don't use that word lightly. So anyway, she sent me a couple of pieces that she'd written recently, and wanting to see if I would do something with them, maybe turn them into a song or something. And I suggested that I read one of them for one of my podcast episodes, and she was down with that. So thank you, Franky, and thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure getting to read this piece again. I'm gonna do my best with the reading out loud, folks. One thing you should know if you're just tuning into this podcast, I just do this in one take. I don't edit other than just the fade in at the beginning and the fade out at the end, and that's it. Like I really, I pretty much just keep whatever mistakes I make. Sorry in advance. But this is a lovely piece of writing. I find it quite profound, and so I'm going to do it justice, I hope, by giving it my all. The other different thing I'm going to do is I asked Franky what instrument she would like me to improvise on. And I foolishly included violin in the list of possibilities. And when she picked violin, I thought, oh shit. So, okay. Sorry in advance. But yeah, not really. I'm going to put my heart into that too, because this piece deserves it. This is called Love Me Like It's the End of the World. Excuse me. By Franky Dyson. We are like idiots. We can't change the fucking weather, so you might as well kiss me like tomorrow was buried yesterday. Because, baby, Only the wolves know where the bones are. So love me like it's the end of the world, because it's always the end of the world. Come now, take my hands, my love. Let me be your thunder. Love me like God left the fire burning and didn't come back to tend to it. You're the lightning, and I am the tree that keeps standing the strike. The storm has learned our names now, so we can stop praying for sunlight. Kiss me like kingdoms are crumbling, because, honey, they always are. Hold me like the sea is trying to climb these old castle walls. Break me before the dawn does, because if we're going under, let it be the reason that the sky remembers us. What if love isn't trying to find us? What if it is trying to become itself through us? What if every kiss that reaches my lips too late, every impossible forgiveness and goodbye hushed into folded hands, is love discovering what has never existed before? Hello, pussycat. We speak of God like God has finished speaking, and now it's our turn to talk. As though creation was completed instead of it being in continuation. What if God still leans in every time two people choose empathy over certainty? That's so damn beautiful. What if beauty is the universe learning how to recognize itself? Maybe that is why anything beautiful is so damn unmovable, because nothing so very lovely can ever be fully fixed. We don't see it or register it. We are such a speck in such a gigantic masterpiece. Mountains rise and fall again and again. Stars collapse over and over likewise. Our skin will eventually wrinkle and fade away. So too do flowers surrender to Mother Earth, and still, beauty keeps arriving despite the endings that come after. Perhaps love is no different. We spend our lives trying to preserve it. Maybe love hasn't wanted preservation. Maybe it has wanted evolution all along. To become less of a possession and become freer. Less certainty and more spontaneity. Less forever, more fully present. The paradox is almost unbearable, though, because it's less certain and more courageous. Less about forever and more about fully living without any regret. Love asks us to clasp so tightly and let go so intoxicatingly with the very same hands. It wounds us into tenderness, and it empties us until we discover that we weren't containers to begin with. We are without borders. We were rivers all along. And what of God? What does God undergo inside a heart that forgives what it swore it could never forget? What does God feel when two strangers risk becoming known to each other, really known? When one person chooses kindness instead of retribution? When someone kneels to another's grief without attempting to repair it? Maybe God doesn't just simply witness moments. It becomes more intimate with existence through them. But God watches forests teach patience to stone as old as this earth. Whales carry songs older than memory itself. Galaxies flower where the sight will never even see them, and that's okay. No one needs to see them. Creation is still introducing itself inside of us and outside of us, learning the contour of one single heart at a time, while simultaneously knowing where every speck of dust in the universe is at this very moment. Maybe they both have the exact same lesson. Every act of love, of beauty, adds a sentence to a story that God hasn't finished reading yet. And if that's in any way true, we are not just here to find love. We're here to help love become love itself. What is this love then? Where did it come from? And will it last? What if love is not the concluded masterpiece handed down from heaven we thought it might be, but instead might be heaven's favorite unfinished poem? What if beauty has never been trying to be admired, only ever began again and again in continuation? Perhaps that's why we ache, because every heart adds another brushstroke on a canvas with no borders. Every time you kiss someone with your exact right-shaped soul, the whole universe discovers a new color it has never discovered before. Every act of unthinkable forgiveness teaches eternity a brand new silhouette to gaze upon. We think we fall in love, but maybe love rises up through us, borrowing our mouths, then our hands, our laughter, then eventually our tears to become more of itself. Because love is forever evolving, growing less interested in custody, more and more interested in presence, less interested in perfection, more and more interested in truth, less interested in forever, more and more interested in becoming so alive that forever can no longer contain me or contain it. And beauty, oh beauty, beauty has always been the rebel. It blooms inside things that can't last. It chooses scars over untouched skin, the chipped bowl over the brand new one, the shaky voice over dead silence, old hands that still reach for one another. Beauty keeps proving that eternity does not live outside of time. It flowers inside of it. So what is this love and this beauty becoming? Maybe they are becoming a universe capable of ever-deepening tenderness. Maybe every generation teaches love in another language. Every species has a different rhythm. Every lifetime is another way to say, I see you. I choose you. I am willing to become more than I was because you're here. One day, billions of years from now, love will look back at this tiny moment and at you and me and these delicate hearts of ours, just trying desperately to tell the truth about something that matters, saying, this is where I learned how to be this. What is our love now? I think that creation keeps wearing our mouths like borrowed flamethrowers. Every time I touch you, my hands are constantly changing its mind. Tell me, my love, did the stars always burn like this, or did we teach the darkness another way to catch a light? What is our love becoming now? I know that it won't stay inside our names this time. It spills into rivers, into the throats of the wolves howling, and into the smoke of the great ancient fires. We keep calling this forever, but maybe forever is literally still being born, and heaven still has dirt beneath its fingernails and is unfinished landscaping. Beauty never asked to be kept. Beauty just asked to be kissed properly before it disappeared altogether. The blossom only flowers for a week or two and then fades. It doesn't take much time for the stag's antlers to bend and break. Just like the sea forgets the shape of the waves so quickly again when they fall. But God is still learning our never-ending love story, because nothing holy will stay untouched by sacred hands and neither will we. So love me hard, undo me and ruin me, as the end has already happened and we are already beginning again. Like kingdoms are campfires waiting for dawn to chase them across the day. The earth is trying to remember our bones, but we still can't change the weather. So just let the rain baptize the wildness and let the thunder slap our names. If we're going to become anything at all, then let it be the whole bloody storm. What will this love finally become? It promises you what it won't become. It absolutely won't become selfish love or smaller love. It will be a wilder love, and it will feel much older and much hungrier than the gods could ever have dreamed up. If beauty is still evolving, then kiss me quick before you go, like we're teaching the universe a language it has never heard before. Thank you, Franky Dyson, for that beautiful piece of writing. It gave me a lot of food for thought, thinking about love and our perception of love, and just not even necessarily romantic love. I think connection in general, and the idea of presence, and the concept that love is not some perfect, completed thing, nor is beauty. These are evolving processes, evolving entities. The idea that as we feel an emotion, we are adding to the entirety of that emotion's existence outside of ourselves and within ourselves. But helping to tell a story, helping to create the universe in perhaps a very real way. Tip of the iceberg, but you can find that piece of prose at substack.com/@Franky Dyson. She has it posted there. I'll be putting a link in the comments for those of you who are on one of these platforms already. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. And this has been episode 8 of the Beyond Languages Reach podcast. I apologize for the very novice violin playing. It's a work in progress. To my credit, the cats didn't leave the room this time, so that was nice. Normally they go running, so maybe they're hungry. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all, and I will see you next time, or you will hear me next time if you're just listening. And take care. Bye.